Howlin' Wolf, old Chester Burnett. And that is the music, if it does sound familiar, if you haven't heard it before, it's the music they use for a TV Viagra commercial. And it's called Smokestack Lightning. And you know, you've seen the commercial, and there's this man in the desert, and he's middle-aged, and his truck gets stuck in the sand and the mud, and he pulls it out, and now he knows what he's made of, kind of thing. And he's a man's man, like all of us, but he needs Viagra, kind of thing. And you know, in the other commercials, there's this middle-aged guy, and he's with 4 of his other bandmates from the day, and they're in the garage, and they're getting the band back together, and they need Viagra, and they can't wait to get home, you know. and the latest one of the latest ones I saw was this middle-aged guy and his wife, and they're both painting a bench, right? And you know, and she's painting, and all of a sudden he's in the mood because they're painting this bench, you see, and that's fine. But in this particular commercial, there's no paint on the brush. It's hilarious, but she's smiling and painting, and it's just totally dumb. You know, I think I saw Ellen DeGeneres do a bit on that same commercial on YouTube, but I noticed it too. She just got to it quicker than I did, but it's hilarious. Take a look at it when you see it. And you know, there's this new British girl, right, that does this new Viagra ad, and you see it lately, and it's this new approach they've taken supposedly, and she's all sexy, and
it's just you and your honey. Setting is perfect, but then erectile dysfunction happens again. You know what? Plenty of guys have this issue, not just getting an erection, but keeping it. Well, Viagra helps guys with ED get and keep an erection. And you only take it when you need it. Good to know, right? If ED is stopping what you started.
See, it's like so embarrassing to watch that commercial. It's almost like she's making fun of us. You know, I'm sexy and you can't do it, is what she's yelling at us. You know, and she's walking away and she's looking backwards, and her satin robe sachets on the beautiful beach, and, you know, and she's looking back at the camera and all that kind of thing. And I'm just telling you, man, that's the wrong approach. They took absolutely the wrong approach for that commercial because she makes us feel bad about it. She doesn't make us feel good about ourselves, you know, and I've always said this. The approach, Viagra or Cialis or whatever those, the approach they need to take is to, in a commercial, get some middle-aged man, right? And he's newly single, and he's in a bar, and you know, and he's drinking and partying, and everybody's having a good time. And some hot 22-year-old comes up to him with that look, and then you see him start to sweat profusely. Ugh, I don't know. And then the tagline comes on and says, "Don't worry, you got this." You know, with Viagra or Cialis or whatever it is you want to call it. You know, that's the approach they need to take. Not his middle-aged wife who doesn't care if they do it anymore anyway. I told my agent that. When I first got here. I said, if you really want to impress me, get me an audition for Cialis.